Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of One Trick Wednesday! Game number 1 of this compilation will be between Space Dumps and Primkins here on Mech Depot, the latter edition. In the top left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is Primkins. And in the bottom left side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. It is Space Dumps. All right, happy Wednesday, says Space Dumps. That's right. That is a way you can announce what you're doing to your opponent. Again, I'm not sure how popular this is in the general StarCraft community, but if you want to toss it out anyway, you can. So the rules for this one are pretty simple. What you just got to do is announce your intentions. Announce what you're going to do, what you're going to send at your opponent before you send it. Now, I know some of you have said, do I have to count every Zergling and every Zealot? And generally, I just said a general composition structure in the late game is okay. But if you're sending out an Adept, tell them you're sending an Adept. If they're sending 3 Stalkers and 2 Immortals, say that's what you're sending. Type it out. Type it out in all chat so they know what's coming. They can be prepared for it. And then do it. So that's the trick. That is the trick here. One Trick Wednesday, we do every other week here on the channel, every 2 weeks. If you'd like to submit a replay for me for One Trick Wednesday for a future one, you can do so at falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of One Trick Wednesday. It helps also if you put what challenge you're submitting it in. What challenge you're submitting it for. Is Space Dump's cannon rushing here? He is cannon rushing. There we go. I'm putting cannons at your natural, says Space Dumps. There we go. Oh, look at him announce it. Look at him announce it. Some drones are coming down to scout this out. Is that true? Is that the truth? Oh, and by golly, it is the truth. Get out of there, probe. If you're cannon rushing. Oh, there's the block, and there's the probe hiding with the cannons. Probe trying to get out. Can it get out? Yes, probe does manage to escape and not die. Drones are chasing the probe, but no, the hatchery's done, and the cannons are coming up. I like this. Announce a cannon rush and see how the Zerg player responds. I was working on a Roachhorn. He already does, in fact, have a spawning pool, although he is technically not making... there we go. There is a queen in production, just not down here. So the lings are out, but there's not enough of them to do anything about this. Absolutely not. Cannons are going to go ahead and take down this hatchery. There's really no saving it for Primkins. Is he expanding behind this? He might be able to expand behind this. If the lings don't go out, there's not enough of you. There's not enough of you, lings, to go after these cannons. Sending 4 of them up, sacrificing their lives. They're not going to do enough damage with this cannon even to bring it down past its shields. Queen on the high ground can't hit it either. Look at how well placed. Oh, it can! Right at that corner. I was going to say, look how placed the cannons are, but look how well placed the queen is. Can it take down the hatch? The answer is... yes, absolutely. The hatch is toast. Broodlings coming up, trying to get shots off and assist. Getting rid of that cannon, and they are going to assist quite a bit. One of the cannons is toast, but the other is still one. There is still one here, so you can't do it. You can't toss down another hatchery. You're stuck on one base. Really should have tried to expand somewhere else at this point, Primkins. Maybe over here, maybe down here on Mech Depot. I think this is the first time I've cast anything on this map, actually. Mech Depot. I believe we might have tried to play a mono battle. No, an Archon game. The last time I got together with my subs to play. If you're interested in playing on one of those, play with Falcon Nights or mid-afternoons, depending on where you are in the world. Follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/falconpaladin, and Facebook at facebook.com/falconpaladin. I post links to my cast. I post funny GIFs and videos and announcements as to when the next time you can play with Falcon is. That's the best way to do it. Is this probe? Yeah, kind of trying to block this Zerg player, man. I don't know what he's doing. Honestly, this guy, he's got 2 Zerglings. He's got 25 drones compared to 26 probes for his opponent. He has not been able to expand at all. He's one-basing it. He has a Roachhorn. He's making a Roach for the first time here. And here comes an Adept. You going to announce that thing, Space Dumps? Going to announce your Adept is moving out? Come on, man. You can do it. I guess maybe if you're not attacking. There are always rules I don't think of. There's always rules I don't think of. Look at that. Thor getting repaired. Huh. I guess that's where this name came from. Expanding down south is Primkins, just south of his natural base. Adept joining the party here as well. Going Ravager, going Spinecrawler, trying to spread creep here in the natural base, which I guess does allow you to put creep over those cannons. Probe scouts that natural base. And the Adept is holding the Zelnaga Watchtower is what it's doing. Whoa, Roaches and Ravagers take out that Probe. Probe is finally dead 5 minutes into this game. Queen trying to fight. Oh, losing a Queen in the process. Drones here fighting as well. It's just not enough. It's just not enough, Primpkins. Space Dumps. These are really efficient cannons, man. 11 kills on that cannon. Make it 12 for a Roach. It is going to get taken down by a Corrosive Vial. So Ling's going to get rid of it as this pylon here as well. And that's it for the Protoss side of things. Or the Protoss infestation there. That sucked, says Primpkins. Yeah, it wasn't a good time. Getting cannon rush is never fun. The response was not great for Primpkins, but that's okay. That's okay. This is just for fun. Oh, and those of you who are asking, but Falcon, what is the next challenge for One Trick Wednesday? I will tell you at the end of the cast. And there's a link in the description to vote on the one after that. So the one that's coming in a month, in 4 weeks, you can vote on that one. And then you can submit replays for the one coming up in 2 weeks based on what I announced. Next on the agenda, dropping your third, because I scouted it. And here it is, Warp Prism on its way over. Primpkin says, yep, you did scout it. You absolutely did. This is some good narration. I like it a lot. Dropping Adepts. I don't know about this. Dropping Adepts here. Roaches and Ravagers are going to come in and make quick work of this. Corrosive Bile going to get rid of that Warp Prism. There's only 2 Ravagers, though, so only 2 Biles are possible. Adepts die, but Warp Prism manages to escape there. Throwing down some static defense. And he had his army ready to go because of the announcement. So this is a little tricky. This is a little tricky to do. If your opponent is somewhere near your level, as ladder games are supposed to be, and you're announcing your intentions, you're putting yourself at a pretty big handicap. And that's generally the theme, right? That's the theme of One Trick Wednesday, is that you're putting yourself at a disadvantage compared to your opponent, and you got to make it work. You just do. You just got to make it work. Dark Shrine finishing up there. I just saw that on the production tab here for Space Dumps. Yeah, there's a Dark Shrine. Oh, getting Shadow Stride. What? DT Teleport. We haven't seen that, I don't think, since it was a Steven game. It was a Steven game from a few months ago. Masters level game. Dude went Mass Dark Templar against Terran. And I don't know. If I'm not going to spoil anything, but if you look in the top left, or on the top right, I'll put a link to it. If I forget to put a link to it, it's entirely possible. Then if you just search Steven on my channel, S-T-E-P-H-E-N, then you'll be able to find it for sure. Oh, it's an amazing game. All right, so Link's counterattacking here for Primpkins. Trying to see what damage they can do. And Warp Prism up top here. You got to announce that thing before it goes in, Space Dumps. Got to give your opponent fair warning. Immortal holding the line. Photon Overcharge and Stalker's holding the line as well. Now, just get out. Just get out. That's what I have to say about that. 2 Spore Crawlers here at the main base. Did he just cancel that Queen? He just canceled. He was making a Queen here at the main base. And just then canceled it at the last second. I wonder if that was by accident. It might have been. Hydralisk's on the way from Primpkins, getting himself 3 more Overlords as well to avoid being supply blocked, which he has accomplished. Let's just say that. That's 70 out of 114 available supply. Here comes a Stalker Immortal push, which pretty good against Roaches, really terrible against Lings, but there's only 4 of those. Creep spread looking okay for Primpkins here as well, but it's 45 to 28 Harvester. Space Dumps has a huge worker lead. Then that Stalker Immortal army is going to try again at the 3rd base. So here they go. It's not as much advance as I would like. Advance notice, rather, as I would like, but all right. It's going to be okay here. So Ling's on top of the Stalkers. Corrosive Vials landing. Ravagers and Roaches getting us around on this. And this is going to work out pretty well for Primpkins, I feel like. Space Dumps is forced to retreat from this location. Oh, just kidding. The Immortals already got 4 kills and 1 kill each here. And might he be able to stand in here? Not against Corrosive Vial. He did have to back up to avoid taking that damage. +1 attack on the way for this dude as well. Production tab for Primpkins is making some Lings, as well as 2 Hydras and 3 Roaches. I like that he's mixing it up here. Meanwhile, he says, do you like DTs? And here comes the DT warp in here in the main base. That was not a whole lot of advance notice, Space Dumps. But we'll call it advance notice. And look at that blink usage, too. I like it a lot. So many DTs. It's 1 Spore Crawler. The other Spore Crawler's got to go down. Gotta go down because detection. And there it is. No more detection here inside the main base. You got to make an Overseer. No, he's going to lose the lair. with a Blinky. You like Dark Templar in your main with a Blinky. Kind of sounds like a Dr. Seuss book. There goes the lair. Oh, no. Oh, no. Primkins, and that's it. Primkins with the rage quit. He is displeased about the results of this game, and honestly, who can blame him? I'm not sure anybody could. So that's it for game one. Bit of a warm-up game here for One Trick Wednesday. We'll be back with game number 2 in this compilation in just a second. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to One Trick Wednesday by Falcon Paladin. Game number 2 will be between Paracheese and the Actuary on Ascension to Ire, the Ladder Edition. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is the Actuary. And in the top left-hand corner of the map, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Paracheese. Oh, Parachase. Oh, fair warning, says the Actuary. I'm attempting a 3 immortal push at 5 minutes and 30 seconds. All right, says Parachase, not Paracheese. Parachase, I apologize. I'd re-record, but I rarely do that. All right, Paracheese versus the Actuary here on game number 2, a ZVP. And it looks like, once again, our challenger is going to be a Protoss player against a Zerg. We might see 2 Protoss wins, you guys. Woo, Protoss represent. Protoss in the house. There is an expansion there for Paracheese. Got that main base coming up as well, and an expansion. I mean, coming up, it's already done, obviously. So yeah, until 5:30, I don't know that Parachase has to worry about anything. I don't know. How would you handle this if this was you in a game? Somebody told you, I'm gonna do a Ling Flood at 2 minutes and 30 seconds, or I'm gonna do a 3 Rax Reaper at 3:16. Would you prepare for it, or would you scout it? I would probably scout it, honestly. It'd be like, all right, this person's trying to throw me off, wants me to prepare for some early aggression, but really it's a macro-style game. What jerks. What jerks these people are. I don't know. We'll have to see. An expansion on the way from the Actuary. Cybercore coming out at the front here as well, here on Ascension to Ire. So it looks all the world like he's telling the truth, which is nice, because I didn't say you could lie to your opponent as part of the conditions for this One Trick Wednesday. Oh, quick shout out to Asher. Thank you so much for screening all the replays that were sent for this One Trick. Much appreciated. All people who are screeners, new and old, and those who cannot do it anymore due to time constraints of work and school and family. I know how that is. I know how it is. I just appreciate everybody who's been able to help, period. Also, my podcast. Ooh, my podcast is going to post either today or tomorrow. Wade, my Australian co-caster and producer, said he's going to try to get it up sometime today, but he might not be able to get it. Regardless, there's a link in the description to check that out. Talk about StarCraft, talk about video games and TV shows and books and movies and all sorts of great stuff. Talk about Assassin's Creed and Dunkirk, some of my thoughts on that, Spider-Man Homecoming. Now, if you're interested in just kind of pop culture in general and just getting our takes about stuff, also us being embarrassed about geography and other important stuff we were supposed to learn in school, give us a subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free on iTunes or Stitcher, SoundCloud, Beyond Pod, whatever you can find your podcasts. Although SoundCloud is heading towards bankruptcy, isn't it? I heard it kind of was, and then I heard it wasn't. No, it's just a giant mess. Just a giant mess. What's going on there anyway? So, expansion done for the Actuary. We've got a robotics facility coming up once again, as we know it should be. And the question is, how does Paracheese handle this? You know what? Honestly, as the scouting probe gets picked off by Lings here at the natural base, just a million Zerglings? Unless there's sentries coming along, like unless it's an immortal sentry. He just said immortals, though, didn't he? Immortal push at 5:30. In that case, Lings would be pretty great. I might look at getting +1 Lings in case there's some adepts, or maybe +1 armor Lings in case there's some adepts. Although, does that help? I don't think that helps. I think you still get 2-shot by adepts, even if you have the +1 armor. So +1 attack, just to get them down faster, would be pretty nice. Spore Crawler coming up at the main base. Where did that thing pop? It must have just popped here at the natural then, just in case there's a warp prism coming in. And there's not, man. The Actuary said he wasn't attacking until 5 minutes and 30 seconds. Another gateway on the way. That's going to be his third. So it's a 3-gate off of 2 base with 1 robotics facility. I feel like you could probably support another robo facility off of this, but it's not fully saturated with gas or minerals on either of his bases. He does have gas on the main, but you know what I mean. Overlord is here to scout, so Overlord made it all the way across the map to see what's going on, and the answer was, there's an immortal sitting here. There is an immortal hanging out in my house. Rotorn, double evolution chamber. I like that. I like the double evil. And the fact that he's not expanding, I think you can hold this. I think you can hold a 530 push with a third base if you've taken it earlier. I mean, now you probably can't afford the resources to go for that. And he's just starting +1/+1 when it's too late for the Lings. He's starting it where it's going to be 114 seconds out. So that's almost 2 minutes. And the push is coming in less than a minute, according to what the actuary said. So got to get your timings right, man. It's really important to know how this is going to work. Another gateway. So we've got a total of 2 warp gates and a gateway right now, with 3 more gateways on the way. So it's just a 2-base attack, which we don't see a lot of on the channel, just because a lot of the stuff is macro style, where they're not going to attack off 2-base. They're going to get up to at least 3, possibly 4, possibly more than that. But 2-base timing attacks for Protoss have been common since Wings of Liberty. Ever since people figured out the 4-gate, which did take a while, the 4-gate dominated the meta for a long time, but ever since that got figured out, then people started being able to, Protoss players adjusted. There it is, 530. Here goes nothing, says the actuary. Adjusted by going for 2-base, 7-gate attacks, which were also incredibly strong. Like, Protoss just had some really nice all-ins back in Wings of Liberty especially. And today, that's what I'm saying. Like, the legacy of the Protoss is kind of today. So a couple sentries. So it's 2 sentries, 3 adepts, and 3 immortals coming out here. There's a bunch of Lings. Like I said, they're not going to have the +1/+1 when this hits. Although if there's a halt, the actuary halting in the middle of the map here, giving time for that upgrade to finish. Got Hydralisks, got Roaches. I'm liking the composition of this Zerg player. Mix it up. Mix it up a little bit. Waiting for the Warp Prism for immediate reinforcements at the front line. That is one of the more dangerous things for Protoss, being able to do that. That's what's really enabled all these things, the 4-gate and the 7-gate all-ins and stuff, is the ability to just warp your stuff immediately in at the front. That's how you do. So there's an Overseer. I'd like to see some Ravagers maybe to try to snipe down that Warp Prism, but no sign of that. Throws down a force field a little bit prematurely there. Did the actuary, and here are the Lings. They got the +1/+1. I was a liar, man. It's done. Of course, it's 6 minutes and 45 seconds, but Lings getting that surround. Are there enough force fields? Oh, there might be enough force fields. The Lings are absorbing a lot of the damage while the Hydralisks try to deal the rest of it to these Immortals, but the Adepts are so good against the Hydras. That extra damage versus light is really paying off here. The force fields, I think, were enough. I think they were enough. The Immortal at the back just happily crushing everything. 6 kills on that guy. Lings rolling in, trying to pick off whatever they can, but another warp-in of Adepts joining the party as well. Hydra count is down to 0. There's just Lings. There's a Queen here, the natural. That's gone as well. All of the resistance for the actuary has been removed, and that's the good game out of Paracheese. Paracheese is defeated, and the actuary is victorious here in game number 2. Hey, it worked out, man. Announce your attacks. He's even later than he said it would be. Maybe that threw off Paracheese. Maybe they threw him off a little bit. I don't know. I don't know. All right, so that's it for game number 2. We'll come back with game number 3 in just a second. Welcome back to One Trick Wednesday, everybody, with Falcon Paladin. Game number 3 will be between Immortal and Fat Man on Proxima Station, the latter edition. Hey man, happy Wednesday, says Fat Man, representing Focus here in the top right corner of the map, sporting the color red and being Protoss. And I'm sending a probe your way, he says to his opponent, Immortal, the blue Terran player in the bottom left-hand corner of Proxima Station. Welcome, says Immortal. Welcome, probe. Welcome to your journeyings and your scoutings here. Is he going to try to wall it off so the probe can't get in? He can't, obviously. You're just working on econ. You know what I mean? Oh, he says, nah, I mean, but that's short for know what I mean. For those of you who do not speak English as a first language, or like slang as a first language. Actually, slang is different in every country, right? In different regions, too. Different regions of, even the United States have different versions of English. I wonder, I'm not a linguist. I just fancy myself kind of a linguist in that, what does it take for something to be a dialect of a different language? Like, when is it officially a dialect and when is it just an accent? This is what I'd like to know. Somebody tell me in the comments below. These are big questions. Oh man, says Fat Man, he blocked off my probe. Hey, this guy's actually reacting to what he's being told. I mean, the previous 2 players reacted, right? They weren't incredible, but this person's doing a good job. Putting up a forward pylon, says Fat Man. He pings it. I don't think his friend can see it. Or his opponent can see it here. He's looking for it, though. Look at this guy. Look how proactive he is. So I'm gonna find that pylon. You said you were gonna throw down a pylon. I will take you at your word. Gonna expand. Wow, Fat Man's even telling him when he's expanding. Fat Man is both a gentleman and a fast typer. I did hear some complaints about not being able to type fast enough to explain everything that you're doing. It takes away from your APM, man. You can't do that. Oh, is Immortal doing something sneaky, though? Is he throwing up a factory over here? Immortal. I keep seeing Immortan Joe from Fury Road, Mad Max up there, but it's actually just Immortal, which, again, throws me off. Why do you name yourself against a unit for the race you're not playing? What was another one that I saw the other day? It wasn't anything bad as, like, Hydralisk, but I'm playing Terran. It was, oh, crikey, I can't remember. It's too late. It is too late in the night, but somebody will know what I'm talking about. Somebody had a name that was just like this, of a unit in StarCraft, but they were playing a different race. Mothership Core Essential. Am I right? Oh, yes. If you skip Mothership Core, bad things may happen to you. Look, Blizzard gave you the Mothership Core, Protoss players, because you're getting wrecked in the early game. You just were. You couldn't hold +1 attacks with Stim from Terran. You had a hard time holding, like, Ling Roach attacks from Zerg, and so they said Mothership Core with Photon Overcharge. Will that fix things? And Protoss said, yes, thank you, it will. And it did. So if you're skipping Mothership Core, you are rejecting the gift that Blizzard gave you. Specifically gave you, and just you. Nobody else. Just you. So don't be ungrateful. Yeah, so I thought for sure that SCV was going to build like a factory up here, but no. That did not happen. I'm scouting again, says Fat Man. Quick evolution, not evolution chamber, it's an engineering bay. Quick engineering bay here from Immortal before his factory even. Interesting choice. He's got some Marines. Going to come in for that scout. It's a difficult scout because this is still walled off and there's still debris back blocking this way into the natural base. So I just recommend you be careful with that. Robotics bay coming in. He did not. You'll notice he didn't tell Immortal he made a robotics bay. Oh, he did. Fat Man, I would like to shake your hand. I think I'm going Colossus or Disruptor. I'm not sure yet. Look how honest this person is. Honest Fat Man. Probe scouting. Is there a third base? There is not a third base here. This pylon checking this left section as well of the map. Nothing up here. So the pylon is both scouting and somewhere that can be warped in eventually if necessary. Although it doesn't have a gateway touching it or a nexus, so it's going to be a 16-second slow warp in, which nobody enjoys. Nobody enjoys waiting for a 16-second slow warp in. Definitely not. Robotics bay is complete, and has he decided yet? Has he decided what he's doing? Extended thermal lance. It's going to be dem Colossus. Has an observer out. Did not announce the observer, which is fine. I mean, again, Fat Man's just going for extra credit on this at this point. He's announcing things he doesn't have to announce, and he's doing a good job announcing things way beforehand. Nah, says Fat Man. Disruptor, I think. Oh, did he cancel? He did! He canceled Thermal Lance and went for Gravitic Boosters, increasing the movement speed of observers, and went Disruptor. Colossus are glass cannons, you know. It's a good point. It's a good point. They're still good if your opponent has a lot of Marines. As your opponent currently has 6 Marines and nothing else. Here from Immortal. Starport on the way. Done. Double pumping Widow Mines. Going for that drop. But again, getting the engineering base so early kind of killed him. Kind of slowed him down. This is why builds are important, you guys. If you're struggling with knowing when to build stuff, especially in the first 5 minutes of the game, go to lotv.spawningtool.com. There's a build order section from players like Railgun and players like Pig and players like Bjorn. You can copy really good players' builds, and they will do wonders for you in the lower levels of StarCraft, where obviously this is. He's pinging again, saying I'm going to build a gateway here, so you get that 2-second warping instead of the 16. And yeah, I mean, that's nice. He can't see your pings, but I appreciate the effort anyway. And here he goes. He's moving out. He's got himself some Stalkers. He's got Disruptors. He has Adepts. And against a pure Marine composition, this is really good. I mean, maybe not the Immortals necessarily, great against Marines, but Adepts are, and Warp Prisms, Disruptors rather, are very good. The Widow Mines could, they're kind of the make or break here for Immortal. Getting Combat Shield now as our Terran player, getting a couple, got a tank, getting a couple Medivacs at the same time, and this just looks very much like a 2-base push out of Fat Man, which you can do, and have a lot of success with. Excuse me. Throwing up another pylon here at the gold base that Immortal could expand to, although he hasn't even taken a third base yet. So who knows? It's going to be a Warp Prism Immortal drop here in about 7 minutes. Oh, with 2 Hellbats. One. There's only room for 1 Hellbat. I forget about that. All right. Wait. 4 Hellions can fit, right? How does that even make sense? I'm headed to your main, bro. Oh, no. One of the drops gets picked off by Stalkers. Oh, before it can go anywhere. The other drop is going to finish, but 4 Marines and a Hellbat is not as scary as like 8 Marines and a Hellbat and a Widowmine. So going to walk right up this front door. There's a single Hellbat that tries to flamethrower stuff and dies immediately there. Taking a third base at the gold is Fat Man. That drop's coming, but Fat Man's got to be thinking, where is the defense? Where is it? There's a tank. Oh, there's 1 tank in siege mode, another tank in siege mode, but nothing really protecting them. Again, they're support units. They can't win the battle all for you, although they're doing a pretty good job wrecking these sentries. Holy cow. More Stalkers are coming, says Fat Man, but this drop here in the natural base, a little bit scary for our Protoss player. The tanks are gone in the main base, though, so there's nothing coming out. Well, there's stuff coming out, but it's not going to survive very long. Fear for Immortal. I'm putting cannons in my main. He's even saying what he's talking about with defense here. That's amazing. Liberator sets up shop, does force the units in the Terran base away a little bit, but still killing barracks, still killing factories. Immortal just kind of sitting here, picks off 2 SCVs in the main mineral line, and the natural base is gone for Fat Man. He's not even really trying to save it at this position, but it's 51 to 70 supply. Fat Man has a giant lead. These SCVs are not even running right now, but double pumping Liberators. I'm getting some more units in my main, too, says Fat Man. Well, technically he said getting more units in my main, but you know what he meant. 3-shotting the Stalkers, big deal. 3-shotting the Stalkers, they live for a couple more shots, which is huge. Guardian Shield is up. Still 3 shots to kill a Stalker, so not a huge difference there. Mothership Core joined the battle, but did get killed by a Liberator, and that's it. A good game out of Immortal. Good game, bro, says Fat Man. Immortal's defeated, and Fat Man was victorious in 9 minutes. This challenge is weird. I like it. Okay, we're going to come back with game number 4 in the challenge in just a second. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to our One Trick Wednesday. This one is going to be a model battle entry. All right, looking forward to this one. Got Chuck Norris, King Wraith, Babasaur, and several other people here on Refinery XJ17. It looks like we're going single draft. So got Void Ray here, or is it blind random? Who won that? I forget who won that. It doesn't matter. We've got Void Ray here. We got other people already locked in. I'm swapping among somebody's possibly Viking. Man, I wish I could tell what people were in this stage of the game, but you can't. So game starts. Let's get everybody up here and zoom out a little bit. And let's introduce these players. In the bottom left-hand corner, we have Chuck Norris, the green Protoss player. His teammate, the brown Zerg player, King Wraith. Got ourselves another pink Zerg player. It is Ragnar. And an orange Protoss player, Babasaur. In the top right corner of XJ17, we have the blue Zerg player, Blitz. Is it purple? I don't know. The teal Protoss player, Luck. The purple Terran player, Kevuman. And very Fobby, the red Zerg player. Yes, okay, so in the bottom left, they're talking in all here. Falcon's gonna love this. I'm gonna do stuff. Might poop my pants. Oh, thanks, Chuck Norris. That's fantastic. I'm one basing, says King Wraith. That's very good to know here as well. That is a thing with this. It covers the mini-map. The chat covers the minimap in this. Why is it down here? It's never been down here before. Maybe it has. I don't know. Second base building. Starting the gateway. Forge and gateway on the way. Forge down, says Chuck Norris. Gas done. Look at them announcing everything that they're doing. They are absolutely following the letter and the spirit of the law here. This is fantastic. Decided to go hatch gas pool, says King Wraith. My gas is done too, says Babasaur. Got my first cannon down. I like how the team in the top right corner here is not even acknowledging it. They're just, whatever. These guys are weird. That's what they are. It's a good time. It's a good time. Expansion on the way from Locke. Who else has expansions? Blitz has one as well. Another one for Very Fobby. Everybody has expansions in the top right. That's good news. And just cannons here from Babasar. You might be behind a little bit in the economy. Cybercore down. First gas down. Second gas down. Second gas on the way, says Babasar. This is insane. They are typing so much. I should have tried this challenge just to know how it would be if you tried doing something like this. I made a cannon. Indeed you did. So you are totally walled off here. Congratulations, friends. Totally, completely walled off. Overlord. Pink Overlord for Ragnar sneaking up here to see what's going on with Blitz. Throwing down 2 spine crawlers is Blitz. What is he worried about? Stargate down, says Chuck Norris. So he's going Stargate anyway. He's walled off. Expansion done for the 2. The 2 Zerg players in the bottom left have expansions, but a full wall off here from the 2 Protoss players in the bottom left-hand corner. Cannons number 3 and number 4 are down, says Babasar. Wow, he's really cannoning hard for defense. And a Stargate started, says Babasar. So maybe what they're doing is they're walling off the front against early attacks, which is a good thing to do in team games, and then trying to go for like carrier rush or void array rush. Or something like that. Inject, says Ragnar. He's announcing injects. That's so good. That is so good. Oh boy. Alright, anyway. Babasar is now getting his expansion. It's good news. Chuck Norris is not expanded yet. Thinking about it. Making a Nix. Making a Nexus. Both go full walls. I went full wall. Second Nexus started. Says Babasar. Yep, he's expanding here as well, so that's great. And team in the top right's just, I mean, they're throwing down so much defense here, but you know they're walling off. Like, I mean, you should trust them, right? Phoenix out for Chuck Norris. Void Ray in production, says Babasar. I'm killing an Overlord, says Chuck Norris. The APM cannot be great for the team in the bottom left here. I mean, it's, wow, 235 for Chuck Norris? All right, maybe it's okay. Yeah, they're still managing good APM and typing their face off. Lings going across the map. Phoenix just picking off Overlords here for Chuck Norris. Are they going to supply block? Very Fobby. They could. There are a couple queens shooing them away. A bunch of Lings here just... Oh, no, evil Lings. Bad Lings from King Wraith. Oh, picking off these queens so dang easily. Spore Crawlers trying to burrow in places where they will be necessary. Overlords dying. Very Fobby. Almost supply block. Lings just wrecking house right now from King Wraith. That is super bad news for Very Fobby here. Drones fighting against Lings in these numbers. Drones can be okay if they outnumber the Lings by quite a bit, but nah, not today. Spine Crawler here. So many Lings out of King Wraith. This is just a giant flood. This is why you wall. This is why you wall, and this is why you scout. Is Locke gone? Locke is gone. Very Fobby is gone as well. He's completely toast. Yeah, I mean, this Ling attack just completely destroyed him. I'm not even sure what he was trying to go for there, but it was definitely a more macro-style opening than perhaps you should try. In the mono battles, Phoenix cannons showing up there. Mutalisks out for Ragnar, taking out Overlords, attacking blue on the right side, assisting Ragnar, says Babasar. So Void Ray, Phoenix, or Void Ray, Mutalisk here. Oh, the Overlords. The Overlords are in trouble. Got a bunch of players here from the bottom left corner going after Blitz. A lot of static defense and a lot of roaches on the ground, which I guess could be pretty good against the Lings. Mutalisks wrecking this expansion of Locke. There's just nothing there. Locke left the game anyway. Second Stargate in production, killing Teal probes. Is this Teal? Did I call it Teal? I probably called it Teal. It is way too late, you guys. It is 11:30 already. No big deal. Queen still... Nope, just kidding. They were doing fine until they died. They were doing quite well until everyone died. Name that TV show. Mutalisks wrecking whatever's left of Locke. Again, he didn't have much. He had some Zealots, which would have been in handy. Could have come in handy against these Lings a little bit. But instead, he kind of sat back here. You got to work with your teammates, you guys. You got to work with them if you're going to win this thing. Blitz is just sitting on a million pieces of static defense right now. And it's going to keep him alive, but it's essentially 1 against 4 right now. Locke has nothing left. Kev U-Man, or Kev U-Man, whatever that name is. There at the same time, red and blue are dead. I'm attacking teal's natural. And once again, Blitz is generally alive. He's got 42 workers, 60 total supply, got a lot of roaches. But it's mono, it's mono battle. All he can make is roach. Yeah, good luck with that. Phoenix go in. There are spore crawlers, but maybe not enough. Perhaps not enough, as the drones are getting massacred in this situation. What could deal with this? All the Zerglings could probably handle it. I've got 20 mutas getting plus 12 attack. Hacks from Ragnar. Plus 12 attack on his Mutalisks. I'm intercepting the roaches with the mutas as well. Roaches going for the counterattack. What else can they do, honestly? It's a mono battle. This is all they can do. Mutalisks do take a while to kill roaches, but they'll get there. The roaches are trying to wreck these probes here in Chuck Norris's base, but he's smart enough to run away. Now the muta count is big enough. Roaches getting picked up by Phoenix and murdered as well. Again, no extra damage versus the roach, but that's okay. And they're gone. So that's it. Blitz is left the game requesting minerals, says Babasar. Babasar, Chuck Norris, King Wraith, and Ragnar are victorious in 8 minutes and 48 seconds. What a silly mono battle. Silly mono battle that was. They did a great job announcing, though. A wonderful job announcing. All right, so that's it for that one. We'll come back with more One Trick Wednesday from Falcon Paladin in just a second. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to One Trick Wednesday. This will be our final game of the compilation, and it will be a game between X-Vod Cax and Dragon. Woo! On Ascension to Ire, the latter edition. In the bottom right side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is Dragon. And in the top left corner of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. It is X-Vod Cax. Ah, there it is. Okay, so Dragon is our challenger today. Gonna rush Blink DTs. By the way, another Blink Dark Templar Protoss player. This is interesting. Interesting indeed. For those of you who are saying, where's the Terran versus Zerg Falcon? There were 0 TVZ replays submitted for this challenge. 0. I know. I was surprised too. I went through them and I was like, how come there were no TVZs selected by my screener? And that's because there were no ZVTs. That's why. All right, so speeding up the game a little bit, this is a bit of a longer one. Oh, sneaky expand from X-Vod Cax. Can call him Cax from now on in the bottom section of the map. I don't know what this is. Is this like a lift? I'm hiding my Twilight Council in my base, says Dragon. Yeah, here's another Protoss player who's over-communicating just a little tiny bit. Getting defensive adepts and 2 more gateways and a dark shrine. And I'm going to get a proxy pylon. That sounds fine too. Meanwhile, X-Vod Cax has his own secret. Down here south below. Might as well make this, there you go, orbital command upgrade. There's your pylon. I'm expanding, building my first Dark Templar. And is X-Vod getting detection? I guess, is he saving up energy on his orbital command? Kind of. He kind of is. Setting up, there we go. Setting up those missile turrets. Setting up those bunkers. Also has a Cyclone here. I'm liking this. I'm liking X-Vod. He's not saying much, but he's prepared. Cyclone gonna kill this DT as it's warping in. There are detection. Do you have Blink yet? No. You don't have Blink yet. Oh, the DT is saved by his friend. The forward pylon might go down. Shadow Stride is like 10 seconds from completing, but the pylon is gonna die. Ah, DT's wrecked. Another DT wrecked by walking into that bunker fire with tank on the high ground. X-Vod Cax is like, this person is saying what they mean. Holy cow, retreating! This is Dragon. Retreat! Now I'm building a warp prism. Fair enough. X-Vod is sending some army units down to defend his sneaky base at the bottom section of the map. DT's switching to Stalkers, says Dragon. This is not working out for me. These Dark Templar. Turns out announcing DT rushes in advance not as effective as one might think. Are you going to attack with these, Dragon? You have to announce them. There's a Widow Mine that can't kill them because you can't see them. But DT is scouting around. They're trying to see, is there another base somewhere? Because they know there's not a natural for X-Vod right now, right? No natural whatsoever for this guy. And DT's just wandering about, trying to... Where on earth is this natural base? We cannot find it. Meanwhile, big attack from XVOD into the front door. Mothership Core does retreat in time to avoid getting killed by those Marines. 3 Stalkers not enough against this number of Marines and a Marauder, but Photon Overcharge might be enough. Are there no pylons in the natural base? Oh no. No pylons in the natural base. DT is going to have to be used. One-shotting Marines. Mothership Core is saved. Oh, 3 hit points. 3 hit points on Mothership Core. DTs and Stalkers save her for sure. Nicely done. Nicely held there by Dragon. It was close. It was close, but some pretty good micro. Now I'm moving to attack. I mean, he's not saying what he's attacking with, but he's already said Stalkers and DTs. And I'm double expanding behind it. He says that's amazing. Cyclone forces a cancel on that one, though. So that's pretty terrible, terrible news. And flying on in. DT's taking down a missile turret. Trying, yes, inside the main base, but there's not a lot of detection. Okay, there's actually good missile turret coverage. I'm a liar. DT's still, just destroying these SCVs that came here to it. Jeez. Bad place to be. But War Prism gets picked off by the missile turrets before it can lift off and leave with those Dark Templars. So that was a little sketchy there for Dragon. He was going to double expand, but that Cyclone shut that down pretty quickly. Pretty darn quickly. He should expand now, though. Now's a pretty good time. Comes the Scout. I'm building a Stargate. Quick announcement there. Does he know? I guess there's a natural base for XVOD Cax now. So Cax has it. Dragon is, yes, going for that third base just outside of his main. Ground weapons. And I'm expanding. This is Dragon. Holding the Zelnaga Watchtower. And again, he sends his armies in weird paths, does Cax. I kind of like it. He doesn't use the most direct route ever thus far. Sneaking down with his Marines. Checking to see, is there a base here? This possible 4th base location? No, but there's one here for Dragon. This is like a 7th base location. You usually don't see expansions here at all. Right aside from that 3rd. And here come the Marines, the Marauders, the Cyclones, and Stalkers trying to fight here at the same time. Cyclones just powering through everything. Already has 4 kills, but does get killed by the Stalkers. Defensive DTs, man, making a big deal. Making a big difference. Bringing a Raven into the group. Here is Cax. Understandable. Understandable you'd want to bring a Raven here, considering DTs have been so good at base defense for our red Protoss player. So he's triple expanding. Making a fleet beacon. More Stargates. He says, I don't know that I specifically told people they had to do this level of announcing, but I have to say it's entertaining. It's absolutely 100% entertaining. All right, so what do we got? Stalkers. We got these Dark Templar. We got Immortals. Dark Templar trying to sneak on in and see, can you get through here? But no, there are so many stupid missile turrets. Although one less, one fewer now. Anyway, fewer, not less. There's a distinct number, therefore it's fewer. This has been your grammar lesson from Falcon Paladin today. And they blink out of trouble. It's such a good use of blink. Observer tries to fly into the main base. There are a bajillion missile turrets, so that's never going to happen. And he's retreating. Is Dragon. This sneaky south base has been serving the Protoss player extremely well. Dragon has no idea that it's there. And making the first carriers, and he's on 5 base, so hey, why not? Might as well go carrier here at the 12-minute mark. I like it. Carrier, carrier, carrier. Yep, spending his money. That is somebody who's spending their money. If you're triple pumping carriers, that's for sure. Yeah, more gas. Definitely need more gas if you're doing this sort of thing. Trying to sneak. Where is this third base? This is Dragon. You know where it is, Dragon? It's down south. You don't know that, but we do, because we're watching this after the fact. We are from the future. Not future like the rapper, but just from the future. The thing. The thing. Cax is getting missile turrets in response, getting a couple Ravens in response here as well. And did he... Oh, the DT's coming in for the first time to scout this base. No, something else already scouted it. I don't know what it was. Oh, another DT kind of sneakily came in here. So you got to announce the attack, dude. Gotta announce the... Okay, so yes, he's pulling back. No, he's attacking. No, Dragon! Announce it. I guess maybe attacking ninja bases doesn't count. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's late. I'm going to let it slide. I'm not starting another game right now. So Ninja Expand is scouted and subsequently murdered by the Protoss player. Like survived with 2 hit points for a second there before it was dead. So carriers are out. I'm going to attack you with 4 carriers and Stalkers and Dark Templar. It's 169 to 82 supply and a lot of DTs and stuff. Yeah, that's fine. I can live with that. I can live with this dragon. And what's Cax got? He's got tanks. He's got missile turrets. Killing that little warp prism that was sitting outside the front door for a while now. And here come the carriers. A lot of missile turrets. Oh, Seeker missiles. Seeker missiles are good against carriers because they're too slow to run. Whoop-ham! One of them, 2 of them just gone. Oh, the mass carrier. Haven't seen this in a while on the channel. Look at the range on that thing. Takes out a Zealot, I guess. More Seekers. Oh my, says Dragon. Auto turrets tossed down as well. Trying to pick them off. Seekers hitting though, man. Auto turrets doing their work at the same time. Really weakening these Stalkers and killing a couple of them. And that's how you hold Mass Raven. I did not count how many Ravens he had made. And I probably should have known he had more than a hajillion. Going for Templar to counter. Good clash, says Vod. Says Vodcax, otherwise known as Cax. It was a good clash. It was a little good clash there. Those carriers died so fast to Seeker Missile. Maybe consider that as an option. Attacking your base, says Dragon. Ravens don't care. Ravens are sneaking their way on in. Never mind. Troops. Yeah, Marines are at this 3rd base of Dragon, trying to take it down. Auto turrets and PDDs against the cannons. Not really necessary. They died pretty darn quickly here. It's going to be carriers versus auto turrets, which is not something you see every day. Auto turrets, I think, could do pretty well. Yeah, they're making these interceptors die pretty darn quickly. PDD especially helping with that. More Marines up here at the 5th base of Dragon. The 4th base is not under direct assault, but I assume it will be soon. And DTs, again, with the base defense, making it work against the Marines here at the 3rd base. 4th base in a lot of trouble, though. The Marines do not have great upgrades because all the money has been going towards Ravens. As is tradition when you're going Mass Raven, your Marines are not going to be super great. You've kind of foregone that. It's 6th base for Dragon. Yeah, 6th base against 2 for Cax. Building Templar, says Dragon. Gonna get Storm. There it is. Getting Storm. 3rd base landing for Cax. Gonna make that thing a planetary fortress. Maybe some more anti-air would be nice. As we are here right now. Dragon still scouting around. Still kind of setting up. Has he mentioned that he's attacking yet? I don't think that he has. I don't think that he has. Boom, 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 boom. DT's checking to see, is there a 4th base anywhere for Cax? No, but just patrolling around with my DTs. Don't mind me doing that patrolling stuff. SCV trying to scout and not going to happen. Getting a shield upgrade. Oh, he just moved. He did not make this a planetary fortress at his 3rd. Dang. 7th base on the way from Dragon. This is some serious macro style stuff from our Protoss player right now. Ravens scouting around, accidentally finding the 7th base, murdering it with auto turrets, forcing a cancel there anyway, and then coming back home. I mean, that's a decent win, I guess, but DT's going to town on this 3rd base of Cax. Run, DT's. Oh, Widowmines murdering them quite nicely. Attacking your base, says Dragon, and it's a liftoff and it's a retreat. Actually, it's a retreat in the wrong direction for this orbital command. Huh. Alright, once again, Seekers on the carriers, though, and some big-time hits. Ow. Ouch. But the Stalkers do a better job looking forward and chasing the Ravens away this time. More auto turrets tossed on the ground, and that carrier dies pretty quickly. Auto turret DPS was increased, you guys. I'm not sure if you've heard, but definitely increased. More Seeker missiles, PDDs tossed down as well, and big time damage on those Stalkers. More auto turrets, some feedback on the Ravens, and some Storm here as well. Seeker's gonna hit. Oh, on the High Templar. Oh, big massacre You just don't see this every day. The Mass Raven strategy is just unique enough. I mean, unless you like subscribe to Avalo or Ruff, you're not going to see Mass Raven all that much. You're really not. And Seeker Missile hits. You know, when I'm searching the twitch.tv StarCraft clips section of Twitch, every single Avalo clip is him just raging against something. It's, I don't know, it gets kind of old. All right, so one carrier dies to a missile turret. It's very low on health. And here comes more Seeker stuff. There are so many Ravens. Look out, carriers. Oh, pretty good split that time, but carriers now directly being hit by missile turrets. That's bad. They're getting murdered. And wow, suddenly it's 107 to 87 supply. Cax is not as down as we thought he was. There's a small attack down here at the third base of Dragon. Once again, Dark Templar, a big part of the defense here. Retreating, says Dragon. Yeah, there's really nothing left of your army up there, is there? Nope, scan wears off. Dark Templar doing their dark, terrible work against the Marines. I wish there was a stat for how many Marines have been killed by Dark Templar, because it's going to be a lot. 67 dead Marines in this game. 7 carriers. That was a lot of stuff. Resources lost. So, 97? 87? It is so late, you guys. 9,000 resources lost for Cax versus 19,000 lost for Dragon. Some cost efficiency, I would say. So, 6 bases up. Gonna take a 7th base again. Nah, he canceled that one. The army was coming to deal with that. The Marines do have combat shield now. Quadruple pumping carriers is our friend of the Dragon. Holding the center zone like a watchtower. One of them anyway. The other one is being held by 2 Marines. That's about it. Once again, Marines just going out on little sorties, doing fairly well for themselves, actually. Doing a lot of work here at this 6th base of Dragon up top. 7th base being taken down and to the left a little bit towards the middle, still keeping it as close to home as possible. And that is a smart expansion strategy for sure. More Hunter Seeker, I can hear it. It's going to be used after 1 Stalker. And, oh, these Templar are in so much trouble. Feedbacks, the feedback revenge. Another Hunter Seeker, single Templar gets just absolutely obliterated by that thing. 125 to 62 total supply. This game is a little bit intense, you guys. This 6th base in trouble. Storm against auto turrets. So like 3 spells against 3 units. It just doesn't do enough damage. Got 150 health on those guys. And not enough to kill the 6. Not enough DPS. Not for a long enough time anyway to do it. And taking a 3rd base down here to the south is Cax. Ravens coming back home to defend as well. Expanding once again for an 8th base is Dragon, and a 9th base because sure, why not? Trying to defend his own base here. Auto turrets, nope. Making sure this base is not going to be a reality, at least not for now. Dragon's not quite sure how to engage this. Attacking, he says, maybe Mass Stalker. Going to be deployed. PDDs tossed down to make sure the Stalkers aren't as effective as they otherwise could be, but still, 8th base. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8th base is going up in peace, which is good against the 3 bases that Cax has. However, the cost efficiency of the Ravens has been pretty good thus far. I don't think we've really seen a Mass Raven against Protoss at all, have we? It's always been against Zerg. Always usually. Getting a mothership, says Dragon, that should help. That should help immensely. And is it time to move in? Is it time to move in? Widow Mines, firing, Stalkers, attacking here at the same time. More Hunter Seeker, not Hunter Seeker, just regular Seeker missiles! Just weakening so much stuff. The range on that thing was so improved. PDD absorbing shots, getting picked off. Couple Ravens dying. More Hunter Seeker missiles hitting. How many Ravens have died? Only 4. Only 4 Ravens died, but Dragon's doing the right thing and expending everywhere Protossly possible on the map right now. Attacking here at the front. Again, no real need to announce this because Cax knows that he's here and knows that he's coming. How many interceptors have died? 160 and 10 carriers. That's so much dead Protoss stuff. Retreating, says Dragon. Are there more seeker missiles available? Just trying to auto-turret this thing. Kind of just trying to auto-turret finish these guys off. Oh, the carriers. What a bad time. What a bad place to be. Wow, auto-turrets just chasing down carriers. I gotta post that one to Facebook for sure. Whew. Brutal. Yep, expanding everywhere, making a lot of cannons. This dragon, 5. Alright, 5's a good number. It's not a ridiculously huge number, though. Problem is, I think Cax is just going to run out of resources here eventually. He's mined out of his main. His natural actually still has a bunch of minerals left. This is so cost efficient. 10,000 resources lost for the Terran compared to 32 for Dragon so far. That's crazy talk. Alright, so Mothership Stalker attack here into the third base. And there's a lot of mules here. This could cause a lot of problems. Yep, those mules are just going to expire. Command Center, Orbital Command's going to die as well. Not even really protecting it is Cax. Not responding super well. The Ravens come by, but like after everything's dead. Hey guys. Glad to see everything's dead. Oh, the Stalkers! Oh, big time Raven hit there. The Invisible Stalker is pretty good. Hunter Seekers still can hit stuff if you're cloaked, and they saw you before they were there. 8 Ravens have been killed so far. More Seeker missiles going down. Phoenix chasing these suckers down now. Doing fairly well for themselves. Trying to attack into the 7th base of Dragon. Not going to happen anytime soon. 8th base done. 9th base is done on the left side as well. Like I said, Dragon's been expanding like a crazy person. So 10 SCVs remain for Cax. I don't know about this. I don't know about this one. He's got 14 Ravens and 18 Marines and 2 tanks and a Marauder and a Widowmine in his army right now. On the other side of the Protoss, it is a Mothership, 6 Phoenix and 35 Stalkers. Seems pretty good. Mostly Stalker army, says Dragon. Mostly what I've got here. +2, +1 on those guys with that shield upgrade that he mentioned previously. The Ravens have +1 air armor, ship and vehicle plating. +2 is just about done. And it's time to go. It's time to go for Dragon. Dragon. There you go. Just a little poke. Just a little poke attacking your expansion. Don't have an expansion. Oh, never mind, says Dragon. That was quite silly of me. 158 to 98 supply. But again, we've seen the Ravens do pretty amazing stuff. And here we go. Oh, one getting picked off. The Seeker missiles are so good, though. Trying to get that Mothership. Absorbing a lot of the shots, though. Bunch of Stalkers died of that Seeker hit. That was a big deal. And coming in from the right side. You won't expect an attack from the right. Oh, what was I talking about? Invisible. Ravens are detectors. Derp. This is a big time derp. The Phoenix commits suicide by flying into several auto turrets that are protected by PDDs, mind you. Extremely well protected. Raven games are always an exercise in patience, you guys. The people who play Master Raven have just got to have the patience of a saint. Of an absolute saint. The Marines are moving out, but these Stalkers are just more than a match for them. So all the ground stuff's getting murdered. Meanwhile, the Ravens coming in this backside. More Hunter Seeker missile. No, it's just Seeker missile. Just Seeker Falcon. The Mothership can handle it. Shields are enough. Shields are enough. 142 to 70. Seeker missile does hit on some Stalkers. A couple Marines make it down to this third base, which is effectively mined out. And everybody comes back to deal with them, though. Oh, there's the good game. Good game, mate. More carriers, says Dragon. Oh, good game. Right. Good game. And Cax has defeated. Dragon's victorious. And Dragon has left the game. What an absolutely nuts final game for us there. All right. So that's it for Announce Your Intentions of One Trick Wednesday. Again, to submit your replay to One Trick Wednesday, send it to falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of One Trick Wednesday. And our next challenge is going to be, God, what is it even called? I can't remember what it's called, but I'll put it somewhere else. If you Anyway, what you have to do is, if you're going to attack an enemy's base, you have to spray, put a spray there first, which if you've never done that before, it's part of your workers' little buttons that you can choose a spray to throw down. It's just basically, it tags it. It doesn't hurt anything. It's not damaging. It's just for visual effect. Tag it, and if you kill the base, you have to plant your own base there and mine from it. Okay? So you roll in, kill your opponent's natural. You have to build a base at that natural as like super fast. Like, you have to have enough money to do it almost immediately, or you're going to be disqualified, okay? All right, so that's it. Tag your opponent's base you're going to kill, and then build your own base there and mine from it. Use it as a source of income. So it's going to make for some interesting, aggressive games, that's for sure. All right, so that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of One Trick Wednesday. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.